to two Eldritch Blasts, boof, impact, flames go up after fucking Duradon cleaves a hole into Kipley's chest. It's non-lethal, but it's still a fucking halberd attack, and you're not holding back. So like blood sprays everywhere, flames darken the floor, and this is all happening for a matter of seconds. Go ahead and roll your last attack. Oh my god.
Cool. Again, non-lethal. Gotta specify that there.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, I want you to know that the crit was so powerful that the weapon reset its fucking self, and I have to re-enter in this bullshit. fucking the little fucking
Gee
thing for
whiz.
it. Reset
Oh god.
D6 force. Cool.
I love how this conversation started. Are you a conversationalist? 25 definitely hits.
Oh, and she attacked me, didn't she? Or she dealt damage to me.
Yes.
Kipley, you feel as a spirit, or something within you, a voice calling, says, yes, he's tried you. He's really pushed you further beyond, and you begin to hear kind of like these whisperings of malice within your ears. As you know, when I'm raged, the spirits come out and she's dealt damage, and so she's spirit attached now. Um,
This is so fucked.
which
Go ahead and
yeah,
roll damage.
yeah.
Kipley, how much HP do you have left?
She declines to answer. Okay, no, she's
Cool.
down.
You have 0.
Yeah.
You how do you want to do this, Duradon?
Um,
Sure. You get it. How do you want to do this
Duradon-
against your own party member?
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
How much was that? 18? No.
No, that's 18 plus 15 plus 6, so that's 21 plus 39.
Oh, wait, we're getting into
No, it has to deal over your maximum health, and you
Okay.
still had health remaining.
Yeah,
You're
I would
good.
have to reduce you to 0 and then do
So if
your
that
HP
crit,
after that.
if that crit and
That
you forgot to say
would've-
non-lethal,
yeah.
you would have.
This would have
Yeah,
been
that
an
would've been
entirely
fucked.
different game. All right. Yeah, no,
That would
she's
have been
down.
so great if you dead outright. I mean, you have the materials for Revivify on you, so you know. It's one of those things. Is there a doctor in the house?
What it effectively looks like is Kipley rocks with the first two. There's the clear step back from the unexpected. There is the language that he knows better than fucking common or elvish or any other language is the smoke. So he's prepared immediately to go in. The first slash, the flames kind of, I imagine, creep up the extended scythe, hit him, and he slashes downward. The second one, after taking this damage, the blood trickling, creating an actual scythe blade, instead of going the normal way, he pincers it on the back, like pointy end of the halberd, and just lifts back up with all of his force and momentum, slashing, sending her in the air, and kind of in the same stroke, he completes the movement, putting the halberd on his back, and tries to catch Kipley with his now freed hands as she's coming down.
I mean, she gone.
Actually, where? I think that's bugged on the actual damage roll. For the 18 plus 15 plus the d6. Plus d6 makes sense, but why is it 18 plus 15? Is the 1d10
15 the halberd is a steering dragon wrath weapon, which
Yeah.
means it naturally has a d6 of force, which I rolled max for that.
Yeah.
The d10 rolled max, I have a +4 to strength and the weapon is naturally a magical +1, so that's 15. I have Rage active, which gives me a +2 to damage. Crystalline Carbonate, which is a part of my feature, adds a d6 of damage, which it rolled maximum. Every dice rolled maximum on this. And then Great Weapon Master is
Oh,
a
so Great Weapon
straight
Master is a...
+10.
Okay, I didn't see Great Weapon Master was already factored in. I was like, is that +10 on top of all that? I was very confused. Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't see
Yeah.
where the
So
Great Weapon Master is coming in, but gotcha.
yeah,
Perfect.
the attack rolls had the 28 -5
Yeah, so you just
and 20.
end. Kipley shoots you twice in the face and burns you, and you just straight up knock her senses out completely. The first slash, it was an actual slash, and then you just destroy her with the second one non-lethally, pummeling her to the ground, unconscious. Um, Go ahead. I need you to make, just because you are raging, it'd be funny for this. I need you to go ahead and make me 7 athletics checks real quick.
Oh god, okay. Oh god.
They are all at
7
advantage.
athletics checks, you said?
Yeah.
Cool. The first one is
You're
going
looking
to
to be a DC 15 every single
on
time.
every one of them. No, I immediately failed the first one.
Did you feel the first one?
Fuck it.
Oh, 9!
We're gonna put inspiration, because fuck it, we ball.
Okay.
So
It's
I'm
just a
gonna
straight roll.
Yeah. That is going to be 18.
18? Okay. 6 more.
The next one,
Okay.
22. This is 3. 25. This is 4. 24. This is 5. Yeah, 5.
5.
Okay. This is 6. Okay. This is the last one.
Okay, just
Cool.
narrowly. So you are not what you call it? You're not restrained. But 7 guards immediately tackle you to the ground, and you are wrestling with them, like actively like throwing them off. You see one dude, the first dude that grabs onto you, just Looney Tunes. You take it with one arm and chuck him for your rage, and he goes sliding 15 feet across the floor. And you hear they are shouting out, "Stop him! What are you doing? This is a guild hall!" People are screaming and running out. You see the guild clerk ducks behind the desk and then pulls out looks like the first like gun that you've actually seen in a while, Dirdon. It is a large wooden barreled, essentially musket, and she pulls it out and aims it at you. You see from the top halls, the librarian comes out, and the same one that Kipley bought a book from, and begins weaving spells at you, and is holding holding a spell at you. And you can see that more guards are beginning to run in, trying to calm the situation. The fuck are you doing? Are you resisting, or are you just...
Duradon is resisting to the sentiment of when they finally get to kind of like that stalemate where he's not actively like attacking them, he's creating distance with himself or distance between the individuals and himself. Even if it gets to the point where they're just like holding him, but he's still up and of his own volition. He's like, listen, she struck first. There is there's a healing potion on my side. Feed it to her. Then you'll understand.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Cool. Disadvantage. You said persuasion?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we're coming in with a 0 to charisma.
Cool. That's actually almost good.
11.
11. As you say that, a guard just punches you in the face, and you're pig piled right now. Like you're not restrained, so you can attempt to move out, but from the sheer number of like metal armor guards pulling themselves on top of you, it is just like you find yourself complete. You're not outstrengthed by any means. You feel like you can force your way out, but if you force your way out, it's going to be in an aggressive manner. And more guards are starting to pour in. You do see one of them goes over to Kipley and is beginning to cast a healing spell. They do cast Cure Wounds on Kipley. You're gonna get back 9 hit points. Um, you know what? While that's happening, 11. So 11. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a d6. Cool. 4 guards are gonna go ahead and punch Sturdon in the face. Attempt to subdue.
Are you a
So I mean,
I love this so much. This is
it
my
does
favorite
like
fucking
it
moment.
doesn't like the words that you say don't make sense because what everyone just saw is you two just got into a conflict and it looks like you just killed Kipley. So like it's a yeah, all right. So give me a second
Yeah,
here.
no. No, it's just hilarious knowing this stem. Are you a conversationalist? This shit goes so
What a
hard.
great way to start that off. So I think 3 of those hit.
Uh,
It's a 24,
anything that's a
natural 20, and a 16.
15 or higher. Yeah,
15, yeah,
anything
so 3 of
15
those
or
hit.
higher.
Cool. Jesus Christ. Okay. So I'll just roll all of these at once. So that's 2d8, 3d8, 4d8. Man, can't we have a normal can't we have a normal day
No,
with the 6? No
no.
way. So you're gonna be looking at a whopping 43 points of damage. This is halved because you're still raging. Um, but you watch as all of them, like these guards are not carrying swords, but you see,
Mm-hmm.
kind of similar to Maeve, they have heavily armored gauntlets, nowhere near as big as yours, but they have studs on the ends of them, and you watch as they poof, poof, and one massive fucking guard, like almost as big as you, walks up and like as you're getting punched by the other two, pushes them aside, lifts you up by the shirt and just boom, knocks you directly between your eyes, and you feel dazed for a moment as the world kind of blurs and throws you to the ground and goes, "Resist again, and I'm gonna throw you in a fucking cell where you're never gonna crawl out of, you piece of Oh, Savage Hunter." And you see a bunch of the guards go, "Huh?" And you kind of wipe your eyes for a moment and look up, and you see the guard standing over you is the captain of the common guard. You see Rowan. Hold on, let me get his name. I think it's Ronan. Yeah, Rowan Ingard. You see Rowan Ingard. He is a Goliath. Goliath male. You've done a lot of dealings with him before, obviously, as he sees you a lot. And he goes, "What in the actual fuck are you doing in our motherfucking guild hall, Duradon? Did you just kill a random person?"
No, I was actually also nice to see you. I was actually holding back
Yeah,
though.
it's good to see you too, but
No.
not in these circumstances. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah,
And you see
so
he
here's
like
the thing.
pushes the guards off of you. You see one guard who's like really enthusiastic, goes for a swing again. He's like, "Sir, he's resisting," and Rowan just grabs him by his helm and just moves him away like a kid, where you just put your hand against their head when they're swinging at you, and just moves them off to the side. He goes, all right, give us some fucking space. The rest of you, clear off." And then you see Kipley, you're now coming around to consciousness on the ground, feeling like absolute shit. There's blood stained on your new armor that you just bought. You're in a daze. You are in so much pain. It is unbelievable. And you're not having a great day. Um, but what do you say, Durdon?
Um, he's like, listen, you know I can't lie. Rather, I was going to say I don't. I'm incapable. I'm bad at it. Um, But no, I was actually. This is Kipley. We share a sponsor. She was getting some armor, and I did the obvious thing. I was like, "Hey, do you want to test the armor out?" And I was just like in the middle of explaining legal places to test out armor, and she caught me twice, which I was so proud of. She caught me twice with
Is
like two
Kipley
good
is
Eldritch
Kipley awake?
blasts.
Yeah,
She casts Eldritch Blast again.
you're gonna cast Eldritch Blast again. Are you gonna do it from prone?
Yeah.
Right, it's gonna be a disadvantage then.
All right.
Am I
Um,
still raging at this
no,
moment?
no, Rage, just calm down because
Okay, cool.
there's been enough time in between the guards being on top of you and you being slapped in the face and hit.
Oh.
Okay, that's a natural one, so
All
you're gonna
right.
hit the guard in front of him.
That's fair.
Go ahead and roll again because it's two beams.
Oh no, 20 was the first.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, my bad.
one's the good. That's
Cool. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll the bottom one. And roll damage from the top because you accidentally put chill touch to the bottom. But they're the same modifier, so it's fine.
oh my bad.
So just click on the 20 Eldritch Blast damage.
Uh,
Cool. 8 points of damage. So from behind Rowan Duradon, you watch as Kipley's on the ground, like unconscious, like eyes are flittering, and you just see a spark of green in her hand begin to rile up again as Eldritch Blast goes out, and the first one fires off. And actually, wait, no, that was one shot at disadvantage because you had disadvantage. Go ahead and roll for the second shot again because you were shooting from prone.
oh yeah, I shot from. You're right. I'm sorry.
That's why it's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
It wasn't at advantage; it was at disadvantage. So 24 and because you still have a chance to hit technically.
20 was the first then, and 24 was the second.
Well, no, it was a natural one on the first one because you're doing 2 rolls per.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage, not advantage.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 'cause you're shooting from prone. So it's still 20 to hit, so you do still hit Duradon with the second one. Go ahead and roll damage. So 8 points of force damage to Rowan, and then 11 points of force damage to Duradon. You're not raging. As you see the green light come up again, just one Eldritch Beam hits Rowan in the back of his head, and you see he kind of like takes a step forward and kind of recovers from the blow. And as you go to turn towards Kipley, another blow, again, straight to the face. Eldritch energy just slams against you, and you do this thing like where a lot of people slide back after they take force damage. You literally just take a step back, like a singular step back, not even a full step. Cool. Uh, sure. So you just fire off again. So you're prone.
Yeah, Kipley's almost doing it like almost like instinctually with like almost like tears in her welled in her eyes.
Cool. So you come back from unconsciousness, fire off 2 Eldritch beams. You're crying. Rowan, 6'7" Goliath guard who you shot in the back, turns around, takes your head, slams it against the counter behind you, and you fall unconscious again after taking 21 points of non-lethal damage.
So now
you shot a guard, man. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not arguing.
What in the actual fuck is going on
I feel
between
like
the
this
two of
adds
you?
validity.
Because
I don't know.
no. You said you're having a conversation, and she just woke up. First thing she did when she woke up is shoot you again. So either she is deranged, or something is really fucked up here. So what happened? Exact details.
Duradon doesn't mind giving like
You can give him the spiel. Yeah, you can give him an exact.
Yeah,
go ahead and give me a straight persuasion check.
Cool. You know what this is? This is straight
It's
D20,
only
baby.
straight because it's an advantage and disadvantage counted out.
Okay. No, I'm saying it's straight D20 because I have
Oh yeah, I
nothing
know, I know, I
in,
know.
in charisma.
I'm telling you, the roll of it would have been a disadvantage because you're not in a state to actually like say shit right now. You normally would be questioned while you're in a cell, but it's advantage
Yeah.
because you know the dude because it's your bounty hunter guy. Um, yeah, I know the one session where you don't have like the two normal faces of the party, you kill each other. I love it. It's great. Totally where I expected
It's
this
the,
evening to go. Um,
it's the two people that have the same fucking
like
sponsor.
Like it's literally you just started off this with are you a conversationalist? And then one of you is almost dead. I love it. It's so great. Cool. So 11 looks at you hard, looks at Kipling and goes, "You know what I'm going to have to do, right?"
We're gonna have to spend the night in jail.
No, you're going to have to spend the fucking night in jail. I'm also going to have to perform a minor investigation into this as both of you attacked each other in a guild hall. Come on, man. Like, this is just a standard that you don't do this shit. Like, what? Oh, fuck me. Retirement can't come soon fucking enough. Grabs Kipley unconsciously, hoists her over his shoulder, doesn't grab you, but puts his hand on, like, the back, like, the nape of your neck, and just kind of pushes forward and is going to lead you both to a cell
Yeah,
where
he doesn't. He
once
doesn't resist.
inside, Duradon, you haven't seen these being used too often before because you've been handcuffed before, but not necessarily magic. You see they put a single cuff on Kipley's hand. They don't cuff you and they don't cuff Kipley, but they don't fully cuff you. They cuff one arm to one side of the jail cell, and they cuff Kipley on the other side. You see the one cuff has a slightly golden tint. Um, you do know what it is. You just haven't seen it on you before. It is the magic nullification bracelet. Um, and they're going to cast Cure Wounds on you again now that you are locked up and unable to fucking cast spells. That is going to be what do you know? 7 points of healing to Kipling. As another guard steps in, just kind of taps one of her fingers, and backs the fuck out. Um, cool. To expedite this, uh, no one major gets involved, but they do see that both of you are vassals. You both tell. Do you both tell the same story of what happened?
I tell my story.
Kipley?
Kipley says nothing.
You don't say shit?
No.
Cool. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
It's DC 15.
Pacha! Oh. Well.
7. Cool. You don't say shit, so they pry deeper into your memories to see exactly what happened. For a basic detect thought spell. They see exactly what transpired, and you see one of the court wizards, not court wizards, just one of the common guard mages, looks over to Ronan, tells him everything that he saw, looks over and sees that the story lines up with Duradon's, and goes, and Rowan kind of lowers himself down to the ground, so he's at eye level with you, Kipling, and goes, "Alright, now I see everything that transpired from your perspective. I heard everything that happened from Duradon's perspective. I have to ask you, as a vassal, a very recent vassal, of why the fuck would you do this in a guild hall, and why the fuck would you keep fighting after you've been knocked unconscious? And by the way, anything that you say is not getting you out of this jail cell anyway. You're gonna be staying here for the fucking night until I get in contact with your sponsor to let her know exactly what happened here. So I suggest whatever you say is nice, pearly, pretty white. So when she does hear the words of what you did, it can maybe, just maybe, be smoothed over in a way that doesn't make you look like a piece of utter shit. Because if you missed and hit anyone else besides me, you could have killed someone."
She, with her one free hand, she like grabs the bar and just kind of pulls herself up and presses her face into it. It wasn't meant for them.
No, I don't give a shit about it wasn't meant for someone. If you throw a fucking fireball at someone, and there's a crowd of 20 people around them, and you say, oh, it wasn't meant for the 20 people, just the one fucker, does that change the fact that you hit someone else? No, alright? So no cheap fucking excuses. Why'd you do it?
None of it was meant for any of them.
You already said that again.
Yeah, but you aren't understanding. Because you don't give a shit.
No, I give a lot of shits. That's why you're in a jail cell right now, and you're not in a fucking prison. I know Diridon. I know he makes a lot of lovely friends, and a whole lot more enemies. But the fact that you two were talking beforehand, and that you come from the same sponsor, has me confused. So why don't you explain that bit to me?
Why don't you just take it?
Huh?
Just take it.
I've seen what's happening in your memories, dear. I'm not asking for them. I'm asking for your word. I want your perspective. I want to get just besides inside your little mind. I want to hear what you have to say for yourself. If you'd like to not comply, I'll gladly tell your sponsor that. And I'm sure that will only go well for you. But I know that you all, with a bunch of powers, love to throw it around for whatever reason. Sometimes without thinking. But for one reason or not, the council values you more than the typical person, so you can get away with it. So before you do that, before anything else comes down from the upper-ups, I want to know, why'd you do it? The first blow, maybe I can get it. You dislike him. You don't like why he's here. You don't like anything about that. Why'd you do it the second time?
Because I'm weak.
So you try to kill a man because you're weak?
No.
Do you know why you're alive?
Because I'm weak.
Now, I'm going to give you a very important example, and I expect you to remember this for the rest of your life. Right? Do you know what he did to you? And he points at Diridon. He hit the shit out of you with a weapon. Do you know what you can do when you're using weapons? You can use the blunt end of a fucking stick, right? He can make sure that even when he goes all fucking out, you're not gonna die. You know what happens if you use magic on him? You can't fucking hold back with magic, now can you? Not even the most fucking powerful archmage can. So if you hit him with all of those, or you hit some random fucking civilian with all of those, you could have just killed him. Or worse, you could have killed a lot of fucking people. Now, I don't know how much you value the lives of others as a vassal. You're supposed to be protecting people, right? But you can't do what he just did to you. He showed you mercy, despite you attacking him first. So for one, you better fucking thank him for that. Because otherwise you'd be dead. Second off, if you do anything like this again, I don't care what sponsor, I don't care if the fucking King of Dragons comes down from this mountain himself and tells me that you're supposed to walk free, I'm putting you in a fucking cell in the Underdungeon. Understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you two, make nice while I go and talk to both of you sponsors. Sponsor, excuse me. And he walks off, and you can hear him begin taking out are sorting through a shit ton of sanding stones on one of the desks of the office, and begins to have one side conversation that you can hear. Well, now that you're both awake and in a cell, what you doing?
Kipley like backs up against the wall, just one arm hanging with the chain, and just kind of tucks her knees in against her chest and does not. She just stares at the floor.
You're done.
Duradon will take a moment seeing Kipley like not say anything, and there's this like awkward tension. Duradon's gonna say, um, "So, I mean, good shots. They were well placed, great grouping. Um, you took advantage of uh me being unaware. Um, all great tactics. Uh, but I feel like there's maybe something else that you're processing and going through that I didn't do to you, or maybe I did. Do I know you from some past life? Have I accidentally hunted a family member through bounty? Is there some other angle to this that I'm not really getting and grasping here?
She kind of just. She doesn't respond. She just kind of listens, and then just her eyes dart to the side, and she just kind of tucks her head towards the side and just doesn't engage.
Mhm. What's the whole thing about you being weak? I don't. To be fair, you can do a lot of things that other people can't do. So you have the abilities, but you know, damn. All right. Uh, weak tends to be more of a mindset thing than anything else. Of course, there are going to be people stronger than you, but it doesn't make you weak.
What would you know
This
about weakness?
a lot actually. Uh, I don't get how I am by having always been strong. When I was weak, I lost everything, everyone. How about this? Um, you cast about two Eldritch Blasts, so you should generally be around the same level. Why don't you take a look at me with your special sight?
Her eyes kind of shift towards him. Come again?
You're around the relative uh, status where you should be able to look at a awakened individual and glean aspects about them, right?
What is it you want me to see?
Do we know the premise of having items? Or like in
No.
canon,
Um,
what would that be called, or what we
so
refer
in
to that?
in canon, it's a number of things. Like there's no one term for it. There is like it's just interpreted however you interpret it in game. So for Mammoth, it's a physical item. For you, not a physical item. For like someone who has bloodline magic, it's bloodline magic. There's no like one term. It's whatever you name it when you originally make it. So if you want to say like
Got
your
you.
tattoos or something like that, then yeah, perfectly fine. But it's just mainly like if it's more a bloodline related, just innate magic.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
Um, take a look at the tattoos. My my mentors always told me that you can tell a lot about a person from one, the traumas they experience, to the stigmas that follow them. And conveniently enough, these stigmas have a name, at least for me.
Her eyes kind of bounce across the tattoos. And what names are those?
Do you do the thing?
No, she's just asking.
These markings are the last thing that my people, both found family and true family, gave to me back when I was too weak to protect them. I lived, grew, and improved because back then I was skilled, incapable, couldn't cast spells like you do. I couldn't channel my emotions into flames that bite out at my enemies. I was, believe it or not, far weaker than you. Oh God.
Continue.
Yeah,
Just
I started fucking shrub. I was like, oh God. Oh, you asked me what I know about being weak. A lot. Not as strange to the concept as you may think I am.
So, what you were considered the weakest among your group, among your clan?
I was considered the only. I was my people were void of magical or magic in the way that most creatures use it. They couldn't cast spells. They were unable to construct their magic around miracles. They were rejected by gods. Their bloodlines didn't easily allow them to tap into latent magical abilities. The land did not love them, so nature loathed them. And because of it, they perished, they suffered, they passed. The only good thing that they gave was their anger, their malice. I was given a single task, and I was too weak to complete it. I witnessed and watched dozens of my people die just to give me an opportunity to do what I'd been instilled from birth to do. And I failed them. Their deaths meaning nothing in the end. I was too weak.
Did you leave because of this?
It's the funny thing about leaving, you can't necessarily really leave from a place that is no longer home. I had to move on. They were all gone. Me saying that was the last isn't dramatization for uh, the connection of it. I quite literally am the last of a tribe of people. When and if I perish, that is the end. Any genetic material that would lead to us would be eradicated from this world.
And that would be bad.
Maybe. I sometimes feel that may be for the best that we stay gone.
Do you think this world would be better without you?
It would be different without me. I think for a lot of people, it would certainly be better. And then I think of all of the people as I've separated from their shoulders, the very ones that would kill every person on this island if given the opportunity. And for the few moments after, when the warmth still flows through their cheeks and their lifeless bodies twitch, I think maybe the world is better with me here.
She kind of looks contemplative, eyes distant for a long moment, giving a slow nod of her head. And then she smiles. And she scrambles up towards the bars, kind of presses her face between them. Hello? Hello, guards? Hello? Kind
You
of
don't hear anything?
beats her arm, her the shackle on her arm, kind of clangs it against the bars.
Clang, 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 clang. You see this kind of lanky looking guard, not in full armor, but just kind of in kind of beat up leathers, turns around the corner. Oh, hi.
Hi.
What you doing?
Well, we were sitting here thinking really hard about all the terrible things we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're bad people. We did bad things. We made bad decisions.
Oh, I don't know what you did, but all right. What do you want?
Well, we thought maybe we could ask how long they think we're going to be in here. We've got, people to save. We didn't intend for what happened. It was more we probably should have done it in like an arena or something, but we didn't understand that there was an arena somewhere that we could
right.
fight.
No, you're gonna be in here for a while.
Okay, that's fair.
Which Durdon, you recognize this person. Kipley, you weren't part of the kidnapping, I don't think, so you weren't there. So you actually don't recognize him. But for everyone out of character, this is Carl. This is the same guard who watched over Reese, Mustang, and all of them when they tried to kidnap an old woman. And Durdon, you know Carl because you've seen him many times. He is the common cell caretaker, and he's just kind of like one of the common guards who just you end up seeing the most when you get thrown overnight in prison for whatever your either drunken stunts get you into or your many close to illegal fighting gets you in here. He goes, yo, hi Durdon, nice to see you again.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I can see they gave you the comfy pair of handcuffs this time round. uh,
They did. Those last ones chafed like the
we don't
hells.
have money in your size. I think Rowan actually had those made for like larger creatures. But like yeah, they still fit you, which is surprising. You beefy little one. He goes to, like punch your shoulder and realizes you're in the cell and goes, oh sorry, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's fine.
if
It's
you need
fine.
anything, let me know. But you're probably going to be spending the night in here. At least
Wait,
that's what we have in the paperwork.
wait. Could you do
Yep.
me a favor?
Well, it depends on the favor.
Well, so this stuff is shit. Could you possibly
This stuff is
try
shit.
it? This, and she points to the studded leather on her, and
Oh
then
yeah, it's covered in blood.
yeah, no, it, it's pointless. I thought maybe it'd be helpful, but it wasn't. And I've been making
It's a
a lot of
shame.
bad decisions lately, and this is
See,
probably
yeah,
one of them.
yeah, I agree.
Great, thanks, Carl. Could you? You know what? Never mind. I'll do it afterwards. You think it's next tomorrow morning?
Hmm.
Out of here tomorrow morning?
Oh, maybe. I know you're at least staying the night. It's up to whether or not Captain Rowan comes back with word saying you can stay longer, or you get to leave early. Depends on all this sponsor and vessel type stuff. You guys aren't as punished as normal people are.
Yeah, no, well aware of that.
Kind of ticks him off. Anyway, nice to see you again, Duridon. And you are
Falcor.
Falcor. I had a dog named Falcor once.
Yep,
He died.
yep.
Anyway, bye. Nice meeting you.
She just kind of gives a two-fingered wave.
Writing that one down. Okay, so, the rest of you, Rictus is slaving away for the night. Mammoth, are you just chilling on the boat? Or are you chilling, around town? What are we doing?
I'm on the boat.
You chilling on the boat.
Yeah.
Cool. So, God, you know, I love D&D. You just know exactly what's gonna happen every time. No. Totally didn't plan for ocean encounters tonight. We
Look, our two most
hey, I love
reasonable
it.
characters are not here.
I love it. It's it just caught me so off guard. Oh God! So you guys
Sorry,
do end up staying the
Pierre.
night in there. No, it's what happens, man. This is your game. You do end up staying the night. In the morning, Rowan comes in. You guys aren't fed. As you get fed breakfast in the morning. We were not fed anything throughout the night. And you are fucking starving. And they give you very simple, basic loaf of bread and some cheese. The head of the common guard, Rowan, comes back. Right. So I got some words with your sponsor, and she said that it'd actually be fine with letting you guys rot here for another month to let you guys really set in what you did here. Is it alright for all of you?
Sure.
No,
Not.
Dirt, I'm going to make me an insight check.
Oh god. Okay. Cool. Because I was like, oh god, Oh, I am proficient in this. Nice.
21. He's messing with you. He's as he's saying that,
Okay.
and like Kippy's like, no.
Oh no,
He's
she
literally
said
he's
sure.
literally. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I thought he said no. My apologies. He's literally reaching for the keys as he's saying that. And he unlocks the jail cell and pops it open and goes, right. So she did say that if you do this again, and I catch you, and any of my gods catch you in the act of doing this in a public space, it's going to count as endangerment towards citizens. And especially since you did punch a couple guards, dude. I'm sorry, but like, you know, the deal. It just, yeah, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
I do have full
Yeah.
right to throw you in the underdungeon. And you haven't been there yet, points at Duradon, points at Kipley. You probably can't even imagine what that is. So I suggest that this will be the last time I see either of you two together in the same space and the same smell. All right?
10-4. Got it.
Stares at Kipley.
She gives him a long stare, like just long distance stare for a moment before she just smiles.
I'm looking for an audible yes. Do you think this is some sort of fucking joke? Or you got off easy? Because of your sponsor and your vassal shit bullshit? I do have full authority and her permission to keep you longer. So I want to hear, yes, sir. Do you understand what I just said to you?
Oh, man.
Is this a Kipley or is this both of us?
To Kipley.
Okay.
Not even looking at you.
You see her head like kind of twitch a little bit, one of her ears kind of like turn the other way for a moment, and then like a little kind of twitch at the corner of her mouth before she just, oh yes, of course, whatever you need.
You're
At
trying
the
to be.
lady's request.
Eh, eh, eh. I'm not asking for you to be fucking smart with me. I
Not
gave
at
you
all,
two.
sir.
Didn't say any of them. What did I say?
No more reckless abandonment towards civilians. Endangerment towards any civilians. We will be smarter and better. And we will
In
definitely
response
take...
to all that, what do you say to me? When I ask if you're gonna do it again?
No.
No what?
Never.
Still stares at you. No what?
No, mister.
I think you want to try again. 'Cause you're really starting to tick me off.
Eye twitches a bit. No, sir.
It's fucking right. Undoes both of your handcuffs. Now get the fuck out of my sight.
Yes, sir.
And third on,
Just as a
and he looks at you. Your fucking tab has to be paid by next week, or I'm doubling it.
what is the tab?
You see, he kind of looks up like he's trying to do mental math, and then just looks back after a second and goes, 25 gold.
Fuck me. Okay. He reaches in his pouch. Or fucking
What's your passive insight?
my passive insight is 15.
15?
15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
1-5.
He's over exaggerating a little bit.
Okay.
I can tell he's exaggerating. It's just a little bit. You probably owe around that sum, but he's definitely added on a little bit more gold for an annoyance tax.
Do we have all our gear on us and everything?
Oh yeah, no. Like all of your gear is right outside the cells, so you can go
Alright.
and grab it.
Kipley would drop 15 gold.
Okay.
And I'll drop 10.
All right. He takes it, pockets it, and because of that, I'm not getting drinks with you
Oh,
for at
no,
least
sir.
2 days.
Not
For
for
at
us
least
Pointing at
2 days.
Duradon. Pointing at Duradon.
Nice. All right, 2 days. 2 days. Well, I have to make this money back somehow. You said that the bounty board was by the Commonwealth, right? Or am I fucking tripping?
No, the bounty board is located in the Common Guard. It's essentially
Common Guard.
yeah. The Common Guard is the like they're basically like sellswords who started their own like civil militia. The Common Guard of Paradise Peak are hired by Paradise Peak to work as sentries for basic patrols and stuff like that. But the Common Guard are a like much more massive organization. So you essentially have like smaller like semi-recruitment type tavern, inn, bars, whatever you like to call them, in each city to recruit more Common Guard to the cause. The one located in Paradise Peak is right smack diddly center of the Dream City. From the guild hall, it's only like literally 7-8 minute walk.
Yeah. Duradon's gonna hit that way. He's like, well, I have to make this money back somehow. I'm gonna go pick up a couple of bounties. Anything of interest? You hear anything recently? speaking of course
Rowan.
to Rowan. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a luck check.
Look. All right.
At this point, just because I love seeing you guys roll for these. 11?
11.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need. Yeah, I've. It's been a number of things around here that doesn't fucking add up. And, there's been one particular criminal that we couldn't catch for a long time. Been going around our cities, causing little bits of mischief, mayhem, but mainly distractions for bigger crimes. We think she's related to the Heralds. We don't have an exact relationship, but every time that she causes problems, a few days around that time, 2, 3, maybe 4, a Herald attack, or a Herald robbery, or something related to them pops up. She was spotted not only 2 days before all of those men and women at the docks were murdered. She was also spotted only a day before the Herald attack on the Dambala estate happened. So she's currently on our most wanted list. We believe she's fled the island, but we don't know where. So there's an open bounty on her head. Actually, let me go ahead and look up the name for you real quick. Actually, we don't have a name, we just have a description. Long white hair, wearing an armored breastplate, red dress underneath, drow, covered in jewelry.
Do you have a sketch of it?
Well, yes,
Is that what you're about to post?
I actually already posted it. Now I have to go back and repin it with the gold bounty amount.
God,
I swear to God.
Is that who we about to fuck around?
There we go. I replied to it, so if you
Oh.
click the question
Oh, okay.
I thought it was gonna be our fucking captain.
Wouldn't it be so great if
I was like,
Cyrus?
dog.
Yeah.
No
Cyrus pulls
way.
up. I'm sorry, but we have to go right now.
I was like, shit.
Oh.
And he sees the golden, or he hears the gold amount with it, or does he get provided a piece of paper with her like?
Oh yeah, no. He pulls out a sheet on him, and he shows. He doesn't give it to you, but he shows you the bounty. If you want to officially get it, you can pick it up at the bar. Well, she's a fucking big one, because she's evaded us several times. She has some sort of martial capabilities, also has spell casting. She's blinded us before, created darkness, and done a whole bunch of other little tricks to get her out of situations. We don't know her name. We don't know if she can disguise herself. But if you see anyone that looks like this, or any similar descriptions, bring them in alive, you'll knock yourself a pretty penny. Pretty copper. Excuse me, don't know what a penny is. Bring it dead, a little bit less.
Can we engage on site, or is there protocol within certain areas?
Depends on where you find her. But most places under the Brotherhood engage on site. Just keep damages to the minimum. Because we're not going to take any credit for whatever carnage you cause.
I'm happy you at least know.
Yeah, I know your kind of business.
I'll try to keep things to a minimum. All right, I'm going. I
You
look
both
down
leave.
towards Kipling. Yeah.
All right. So morning of the next day, you can all go ahead and mark down long rest. For those who used any abilities and all that, and get all your hit points back and spells back and all that. Rictus, we're gonna go back a few hours. Just as the setting sun went past about close to like 1 a.m. You and Ivan both take a step back and look at your magnificent, slightly blue tinted breastplate as it is completed. You see, he kind of pats you on the shoulder and goes, Harry, I need to go to fucking bed because I am tired. I did entire days of work and then another entire days of work back to back. Congratulations. Enjoy her. She's a beaut. If you need anything else in the future, just let me know. My door's always open. And wiping kind of like the soot and sweat away from him, holds out his hand for one last handshake.
He reaches out and shakes it and says, "Thank you again for your help. I really appreciate it. And
I, my
you know I'll
Smith,
always come back."
my Smith's always open to friends of the Ivan Burrow Smith and Company. And for your little task that you did, this is all covered, no cost. But if you do want it enchanted, let me know.
Will do. Thank you. I appreciate all your help.
Of course. But again, I'm going to bed, but my assistant will be around in a few seconds, a few minutes more like it. And if you want, I've developed my fucking Aussie accent. It happens to the best of us. If you want, the enchantment for +1 armor actually is relatively cheap. If you like it. If not, perfectly fine. But I know you just wanted mithril for the your personal reasons.
Yeah, I appreciate the offer, but I have some.
Right. Yeah, you're artificial.
Yeah,
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 no, you're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You're good. All right then. I'll catch you later.
Sounds good. Thank you again.
Heads off. And you head back to the ship to sleep. You
Yeah,
can get a long rest if you'd like. It will cause the journey to start about midday opposed to morning. As you're gonna need 8 hours of rest after that, and you start at 1 in the morning. So it's gonna be like 9, 10 o'clock when the ship will actually be able to head off. Or you can take a level of exhaustion and just, take a short rest instead.
yeah. He'll just do a short rest because he probably wouldn't want to.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
just
do
go
that.
ahead and mark down level of exhaustion, and
Mhm.
you take a short rest. You sleep for a few hours, but then you get up kind of restless. All right. The morning of the next day, all of you gather at the now renamed Dragon's Vow. Um, as you all gather, you can see uh, Cyrus is on the docks, just kind of staring at the ship, hands at her hips, just kind of admiring it. And you see she turns, looks over to you, and waves over. There's two other figures accompanying her. Um, you see a large dragonborn that is. Uh, how tall is Duradon? Like 7 feet tall?
Yeah, 7-1, I think.
He's a good foot and a half taller than you. And in
That's
terms
not bad.
of wider, he is about 2.5, maybe 3 of you wide, and rocking this massive, bulky, just kind of like very much like a dad bod, where he's jacked, but he also has a massive stomach that just protrudes from the front, and he's carrying what looks like to be just all sorts of this massive backpack. You can see there's just bits of wood. You can see tools, a massive hammer strapped to the side, and beside him, you see this lovely, much smaller, half-elven woman who is just covered to the brim with backpacks, satchels, small pouches. You can see she's currently reading a book as you approach, and looks up with a kind of like a faint smile. as you meet new Feynman and Jorg the Bozeman. Exactly, Mammoth. Exactly. Very close to that. I can go ahead and post both of them in game visuals, but also I just made a channel so we can keep track of it as well. Let me go ahead and unprivate. Oop-a-doop. As if you look under game visuals, you should now see the Dragon Vows crew. Um, and it has all of their prices listed per month. 200 gold per for Xyrus, which now that you bought her, and now that you hired her, I can get rid of the question marks on the level. As you bought for 200 gold, level 7 cleric. And hey, for those spells, baby. You see Jorg, the Bosman's there, and New Feynman, the Navigator. You can also see the rolls for them for what you're going to be adding when we roll for repairs and roll for navigation. Both is going to be a +9 because of expertise. And also, you'll see under Jorg, you have a new action that you can now take with his assistance during combat and passively while at sea you can repair. But during combat, you can up to 5 times per day roll 1d10 +5 on the crew's turn, and he can take his action to mend, giving a 1d10 +5 towards the ship's hit points. So if it's about to get close to sinking range, that could be very clutch in stopping that inevitability from happening. So, money hopefully well spent. As you all gather, is there anything that you guys would like to do before you do end up leaving on the morning of? Or has everyone gotten everything out of the way?
Dordan's just gonna swing by to check
Check bounty
see
board,
if
right.
there are any more.
Cool.
Yeah, and that's it.
Give me an investigation check. You're looking for bounties around the Mistran area?
Yeah, to present to everyone for, gold, and this is also the shit that he does.
Go for it.
19.
19. Alrighty. So as you take a peeksies, and you look just kind of like rapidly scanning for the word Mistran, you see a name does pop up. A bounty of a group. It is a group bounty, but there is one head that is kind of standing out amongst the others for 2,000 gold. A pair of brothers is wanted in the area, as the Stoneheart Bandits are captained by two very familiar names, at least to some of you. As there is the leaders Varnark and Zaman. And you can see there's roughly drawn out sketches. Let me go ahead and drag on over to Discord of both of them. This is gonna be the first time. Oh, look, static. This is the first time you guys get to actually see the ones that Rictus mentioned in the past. There's Vonarch Stoneheart, worth 1,000 each. 500 dead. I was afraid to put that there. There's Vonarch and Zaman. Beep. Oops. Oops, it twice. Zaman! There we are. Alright, and he is also worth 1,000 gold. Alive and 500 dead. You see, there's a brief description, basically stating that Um, while the two brothers have been known to deal together in trade in the past, um, they haven't actually been seen in the same place on Mistran. The only one that is confirmed to have been seen on Mistran, and is what they are believed to be the like main leader is Von Ark Stoneheart, the first image. Um, he is believed to be the leader of the Stoneheart bandits, and the brother Simon or Sarman, excuse me, is believed to have connections, but has not actually been seen on the island. Only one has a confirmed sighting, and you can absolutely pick up manacles. For a Goliath, you might want to ask specifically for larger ones, as they are just on the cusp of being large creatures.
Oh, what's the upcharge? I know what to take.
You can throw in extra gold for normal PBE manacles. It's literally just a slight resizing.
Bet. Gotcha. I'm gonna grab two, funny enough, hilariously enough, I'm gonna grab 10 of each type, in flavors.
And
Some is arm,
okay,
and others is leg.
sure.
Um, so it's gonna be like 5 sets of complete like restraint type manacles.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna do 5 of each. So that's gonna be 15 gold for the large size ones, and um is my math right on that? Three times. Fuck it.
For
I'll do the math. I'll do the math in a second.
yeah. So
I'm sorry.
you're
Please
buying
do.
10 sets?
Yeah, I'm buying 10 manacles of each one. That's
Yeah,
30
so
and 20, 50 gold altogether. Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So anything else? Going once, going twice. Sold to the sound of silence. All right. So all of you gather back at the ship. You now have bounties in hand. As you do have the two bounty, I guess free now, free bounty sheets, all with their own labels. Um, you have your heading as you now have your navigator, captain, and bowsman on board. And you see 5 other crew members show up who are they're already on the ship by the time you all get there. And you see just general looking, mostly human. You see there's 2 humans, there's 1 half elf, and you see there is a pair of dwarves, appear to be dwarven brothers, under the employment. I can speak and do words late at night. Employment of Captain Zyrus. So everyone gathers aboard, uh, and would you guys like to head off?
Let's go.
All right. The last chance to go back and do something on the island fades away as you all dock. And you can see the way that the ships are pushed out of port here is because you guys docked in a very scuffed way. You're normally the ships have a number of different ways of pulling up, at least old ships, number of ways of pulling up to port. You guys were pulled directly in, and you watch as this massive ogre comes out. You see this little sailor's cap in the back, just kind of really long, dreaded hair, grabs the front of your ship and just pushes, and then watches the ship just begins to slowly move back in the water. Anchor is pulled up, and you drift for a good about 50 to 60 feet before Zyrus begins rapidly spinning the wheel, calling for sails to get pulled down. and you all begin to take off onto the seas once more. Now, fully stocked, loaded with some new items, information, and goals as you begin to head off towards Mistrin. Um, as you do, we are not going to go too far into it, but we still do have about 30-ish, a little bit more minutes left. So we'll do the first day / encounter on the open sea. But before we do, also forgot to mention this. I'll be adding this either into one person if one person wants to manage the ship, or into everyone's sheets if you just want to have it. As I did go and make a little thing for the Dragon's Vow. I'll go ahead and link that in general for all of you, as it is now a creature underneath D&D Beyond.
Oh.
It has the full stat block. It has all of the captain actions that
Nice.
Xyrus can now take. It also gives you the cannons, the how the anchor works, and all of the obvious conditions that the ship is immune to, and all of its physical stats as well. So, if someone would like to keep track of that, you can. I will have one always pulled up on my end, anyways. But if someone wants to run that, let me know ahead of time. But you do now actually have a ship. Woo!
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
I posted it in Discord General.
Just-
There's a
okay.
link to D&D Beyond that should say the Dragon's Vow. Can send a screenshot for non D&D Beyond users as well.
Oh, it's so pretty.
There you go, Jared.
I
Oh,
like
that's
how
sick.
you knew who.
I know. It's okay. But yeah, you guys own a ship. Ugh. The things that can happen. So, as you begin to set sail, you can see Xyrus calling out commands, all of the crew rushing to follow them. Immediately begins to pick up the pace, moving much more efficient and fast than as you guys were sailing it. And it looks like majority everyone knows what they're doing. As the navigator calls out directions and begins plotting a course to Mistrin, one of you go ahead and roll me that D100. As we've had a few different encounters out, let's do. Actually, hold on. Let's do. Rictus has already rolled one. Mammoth has already rolled one. Kipley, I think both you and Jared haven't rolled a sea encounter yet. I haven't rolled a random encounter.
Jared.
Wasn't mine the one where I end up dying?
The 29 was
I think that was my roll.
Mustang. No. 29 for Bob and Hob, the floating house. I had that written down as Mustang's roll. The 49 I didn't actually write down who rolled.
I think that was mine.
I'll roll.
Was
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I'll
Okay,
go for
alright. Then Kipley. Go ahead and roll me a D100. If we get the same ones as we had in the past. Oh my god.
Oh
Perfect.
god.
God damn.
Hey.
I was
not-
about to say, what are the
Kipley said she
chances,
wants to
but
smoke.
Oh
The
They won 100.
headspace is wrong.
god. Why is
Kipley
everyone
said she wants
rolling
smoke.
so shit tonight?
This is
Is that
Oh,
bad or is it just
the
random?
wrong night.
Okay. Alright.
I'll start
So,
typing out my new character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all preface, all encounters are on a 1 to 5 scale. So it's 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, etc., etc. So you literally have a 5% chance to get this. And you rolled a 1. Cool. Cool. I said this at the beginning of the campaign, and when we were originally rolling these, because I like to keep my players informed. The more extreme, or the closer you are to an extreme of a 1 or a 100, the closer to the main story elements of quests you get. It doesn't necessarily mean deaf or bad.
Interesting.
It just means that you are getting a major tie-in as well as a major good or bad, depending on which one you rolled. You rolled the 1, so you can assume it's not going to be great. But you're going to get a tie-in. So on top of that D100, even though they are not there, go ahead and roll me a D6.
All right. D6. A 2.
2.
Can I say something along the lines while she's doing
Ah.
this?
Sure.
So whatever's happening, like before this, she's on the deck, and at some point she's just kind of standing there, and she strips off the leather armor, like probably pulling off several pieces of clothing along with it, which she slips back on, but just carelessly pulls it off, pulls the studded leather off, and she slings it into the ocean, at which point she notices whatever the fuck is about to happen.
So, you fling your 45 gold studded leather into the
Yep.
ocean?
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck
you don't
that
have
leather.
to if you don't want to.
Fuck it.
Sure. So, you take what you could have just traded in to get your money back,
Nope,
throw it
fuck
off the
it.
edge.
She's mad.
Bloody
Yeah,
armor
fuck
goes
you.
sailing into dried bloody armor goes sailing into the ocean, disappearing beneath the waves. And you don't immediately notice anything. As the day's travel continues, you notice the weather's actually pretty clear for the first half of the day. Since you left in the morning around 10 a.m. Actually, no, you left earlier because Rictus decided to take 8-level exhaustion. So yeah, you guys left pretty early in the morning. You make a good distance of travel. Which actually I forgot. I believe you can travel 30 miles per day with the ship's speed. I'll have to do the calculations afterward, but I know it's close to 30 miles. It's like 34 or something around there. But it's around 34 miles that you can travel. Which means you're going to be looking at, again, like a week and a half, close to like maybe 10, 11 days of sea travel. First day goes by pretty normal. Nothing amazing happens. Nothing. You don't see any sea creatures. Any sea creatures that you do see are minor enough that either the crew scares them away, or you watch as Xyrus kind of leaves the helm for a second, and this massive you watch this massive like captain's boot, this leather boot just appears out of the air as a spiritual weapon, just literally kicks monsters off the ship or away from the ship. And it seems like a very kind of peaceful day of travel. Nothing immediately worrying happens. And then night rolls around. Let me go ahead and switch off the happy Pokemon music.
You don't have to.
But I will. Fuck, why is this all happy now? Way too happy for this. You know what? Hold on. I can fix that. One moment. While I'm fixing that, the overall mood changes as night rolls around. As night rolls around, you can see the open, clear skies as very like peaceful journey that you've experienced so far. Immediately, all of you begin to just get this weird tingle down your spine. It's the same sense that you get when someone is staring at you, but you cannot see them, and you just get the presence and the feeling that someone is watching. And as that presence just lingers over you for the majority of the night, fog begins to roll in. And you don't see it for a while. But this kind of darkness, as darkness takes over, this shape appears in the fog. Not too far. It's probably what you could guess to be like a mile away-ish. Like you can see the fog's not too dense. It's just kind of like lightly obscuring the area. And you see off in distance this just slow moving figure. The slow moving kind of all you can really make out is just this blob that's moving in the darkness. And all of you that have a passive perception of 15 or above notices this because it's massive. Like it's not like very well detailed because it is so far off and it's in the middle of the night. Dark vision only goes so far and it's only really lit by moonlight. But you can just see this kind of massive orb like thing moving through the darkness. You can't really make out too much more than that. But you see Captain Zyrus calls all hands on deck, and just begins taking out a spyglass and searching out the nearby area looking for more. But after a few seconds, Owen goes, "I be wary, and be ready at hand. I don't know exactly what is nearby, but something very large is ahead. It's not moving in our direction, but it's headed in this same general direction as we are, at least from what I can tell from here."
Hmm?
What are any of you doing, if you are doing anything?
Kipri just.
Rictus will just.
Yeah, go ahead, Rick. Just you first.
We all talk at once.
You first.
I was just gonna say Rictus would just stand at the ready, but he would be up there next to the captain.
Okay, so you go to the helm.
Yeah.
All right. You do so. Anyone else?
Did you have something, Mammoth?
No.
Alright. Kipri would walk to the front of the ship.
Sure.
And she would just stand there, looking out towards it.
Yeah. Can make me a perception check if you like.
Yeek. 12.
Don't notice anything that you haven't already.
Yeah, she'll just stand there, kind of feel the spray of water, and just kind of close her eyes. And just wait for whatever it is that everyone else has
Duradon?
seen.
Jordan is like 10 feet behind Kipley. Observing, trying to look out, trying to see what they can notice and if anything, and just trying to get a good look at what's happening and what's going down.
Or you can make me another perception check if you like.
That is going to be 13.
Yeah, same thing. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary. Cool. Mammoth?
Hmm?
Are you doing anything? Me?
No. I guess I'm just kind of standing there looking, but nothing special.
Okay.
Can All right.
Yeah.
So I I think Kipling understands that there's something out there. She doesn't know what it is. She'll go ahead and open up her thoughts and cast detect thoughts. It's only out to 60 feet, which is probably not going to be enough.
Yeah. No.
All
Not
right.
close.
So she does so, fails. Her eyes will pop open, and she's going to stride backwards past Doradon, and she's going to head up to Rictus.
Also joining her to set the helm.
She's going to look down at him. And she's going to pull out her talisman and she's going to hand it to him.
I love it. Hey, okay, we have it now. I'm gonna write down Rictus has Talus.
I was
Got
gonna
it.
make a note too. He takes it and he looks up at Kipling. He's like, what's this for?
You don't have to question it. You just have to trust it.
Okay. And he'll actually put it. Is it? Yeah, he'll just put it in his pocket and hold on to it.
She gives a little nod and then just turns back.
All right, you all watch and wait, and about 30 minutes pass where this thing, you're moving in its general direction, so you are slowly catching up to it. But again, it's not like a rapid approach by any means. But eventually, you do manage to get close enough that even despite the fog and despite the large amount of obscurity that comes throughout the night and how dark it is, that those of you with a much higher wisdom, passive perception, general awareness can see that as some of the fog kind of clears, what is left in front of you, now much closer, only about roughly 500 feet away, maybe 6, walking through the ocean, standing few miles up and cresting well above the waves, you see an island. As what appears to be some sort of large, rocky terrain is walking its way through the ocean. And you can hear some very distant noises from this range as the large impacts of these kind of tendril-like appendages slam into the ocean and one by one continue to just walk through these large depths. And you're not exactly in, shallow water at the moment either. So you figure this thing is much, much bigger than what you can currently see.
It's like an entire island walking.
Pretty hard to make out the details, but looks like it.
How tall are we talking? Like
Few miles up.
Dumbala Mountain tall?
Oh no, the Dumbala Mountain is the main spire of Paradise Peak.
Mm-hmm.
That in itself, and that's why this island was named Paradise Peak, that in itself is like 15 miles. Like, it is
Holy
massive.
shit!
Yeah, like, I don't know why you guys are confused of why it, like, when Maeve, her estate isn't the highest point on the estate. Like, Maeve only goes up a few miles. That's why it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes to get to the city. Because you're walking up multiple miles to get there. And there's still a summit where the Monarch of Dragon lives, even higher than that. This nowhere close to as tall as that, but still pretty fucking massive. And
Bigger
you
than
can't see
Bob's
how
house.
much bigger than Bob's house. You can't see how big it is. Actually, you know what? I- Using it as a rough estimate, similar size to the Dumbala, to like the height of the Dumbala estate. You can't see its full width as you can only see it from one side. But it's you're not estimating in feet, you're estimating in miles. And it's kind of
Oh.
hard to tell from this current perspective how dark it is and the fog obscuring most of it. Everyone except for Duradon, go ahead and give me a history check. Straight history roll.
Wow.
26.
New dice for the win.
New dice
Heck
for the
yeah.
win. That's great. You can now know that you're thou destroyer. And I've got 8. Ooh. No, okay. Cool, so 26. So rest of you doesn't come to mind. Rictus, you remember an inkling of what was told to you not so long ago. Of one of your more recent allies reaching out to you, warning you of a similar being. And that ally happened to also be a violin playing bard.
Oh.
As the information floods back and you begin putting pieces together, dread fills your stomach and you immediately feel sick as you realize what this is. You remember that when you searched to the very, very, very depths of the ocean, when you were looking through the job of saving Landsharkia, that a certain monarch was following your recently made friend, Evelyn. And she stated that it traveled through the ocean on the back of a massive mimic island. Miss Evelyn Gray warned you that she was constantly pursued by the monarch of mimics. And as you look at the size, at the power of this thing and what it's giving off, you're only left to assume that this is the closest thing in recent memory of what this could be. And as that kind of dread settles in, you see the island shift. And coming out of the island, you see a few large, tentacly filled hands as you've been spotted. And as you begin to approach, I think that's a perfect place to end there.
Oh,
But not before showing you just a glimpse of what you are seeing next week.
We're fucked.
wow.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Everything's a fucking mimic.
A1 progresses the plot. And honestly, if you zoom in on that picture, you can see a small ship in the bottom right.
No,
I
that's not
think that
us.
is
Couldn't possibly
a
be us.
accurate size for
No,
your
I disagree.
galleon. Ah, wow. I
I'm
did
sorry,
not
does this
think.
motherfucker have hands?
Oh yes, no. I said as some of the tendrils that were walking reach out, they form into hands.
It's not mad at us, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yet.
You have
Okay.
no idea.
Okay, because I'll throw that bard bitch under the bus.
Eh.
I'm
I
not
mean, you don't know.
tussling with this guy.
You have no idea where she is. Evelyn Gray left without giving you a direction of where she was heading. So,
What do you have to
Um,
do to have beef with a walking island?
oh, if you
What the
remember,
fuck
if you
did you
remember
do to
correctly,
have-
he doesn't have beef with her. Only Rictus remembers this.
Stole
She
his
doesn't have beef with
daughter
him.
or something.
No, 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 no. The Monarch of Mimics wants to marry her, and has been looking
Oh.
at and actively seeking her for years. But because she killed the daughter of the Monarch of Monsters, she is a very
Oh.
powerful individual and has been dodging him because she doesn't know what he wants from her. Like the way that he has worded his invitation for them to meet sounded sus to her, and she doesn't trust him in the slightest, as you shouldn't trust a monarch, and has been actively avoiding him for years. So it's not, you don't get the, like it. At least those who know the story, it doesn't sound like he wants to outright just kill her and all of her allies. It's he's just has been searching for her for ages.
His only
just a
Riz is
stalker.
abduction. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, you know, do you need Riz if you have an island that's a mimic?
Couldn't hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you know, of all the encounters that I was looking to prepare for next week was not. You know, I think it's best that you end up shooting each other. I think that's
Can we
good.
name the island?
Huh?
I know we just got this really cool ship, but hear me out.
Can you what?
Can we tame the island?
You're
The
gonna
monarch.
you're gonna try and take an
Oh.
island that has a monarch on it.
No, tame.
Oh, it has a monarch on it. Okay.
Yeah, no, the monarch. It's known information. She told you the monarch of mimicry lives on the island.
In that
That's
case,
that's why it's
I do
traveling around
desire-
constantly seeking out fucking Gray.
She tell us their name?
She just
I
goes by
doubt
the
it.
monarch mimics.
Yeah.
No official
Wow.
name. A lot of the monarchs like don't have, at least don't have recorded known names. They just go by whatever their title is. Especially since not a lot of people interact with them to even, you know, attempt to find out or ask. But yeah, I think this is going to be a great starting page for next week when everyone who wasn't here pulls up.
I think Mammoth's plan is like stellar. I think we should tame the island.
Oh yeah, no,
That's what I'm saying.
tame the island that its hand could crush the boat in a single strike.
Well,
That's gonna work out great.
Hey,
Don't
we've
get
got
big-
an expert bozeman. We'll be okay.
Oh yeah, no, well, a bozeman only works when you have a ship to repair. But boy, it's a good thing guys hired a cleric. That's good going forward. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hopefully my rolls are better next week too.
Yeah,
Hopefully
hopefully
all of our rolls are.
I had multiple opportunities were given, and D&D Beyond let you down each
It
time.
did.
And it was sad.
I usually have some pretty decent rolls, but not tonight.
Nope, it was literally 50-50 given twice. You think you would eventually get it, but nope. Oh boy. But
pain and
great,
suffering.
great job, everyone. Now you'll
Yeah,
have an
good stuff.
awakened shrub in a few days.
Yeah. Bush guy.
you'll-
Bush guy.
God, it's so it's. I'm telling you right now, that thing is dying one way or another before the end of this
It's
campaign.
okay. I've got 50
whether I
more gold.
intend it or not. is terrifying
I intended
image.
not. I think it's cute.
You must plant it, Mammoth, in the heart of the Mimic Island.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I think, you know what? That'll be the perfect excuse so I can kill it the immediate session after you buy it.
Kill off Mammoth and fucking Bush guy.
Yeah, kill two birds with one mimic island. Gonna be great.
One horrible monstrosity.
Yeah, you're. Well, this is great. This is great. When I make lists like this, I don't ever expect for people to roll these encounters. I just have it there so I can smile and do the evil laugh behind the screen when I pull up all my shit every day and go like, it would be fun if. And then
it
Megan
happened.
exists.
Yeah. I'm here to fuck things up.
Yeah.
Literally just left. You just left Paradise Peak. After the first time, someone died. After the second time, you guys encounter a monarch. Like, you
These
have
first
the
days are
worst
rough.
luck. Yeah, you have the worst luck on the first day.
Yeah.
I've never rolled good D100. Like, it's always bad.
Actually, hold on. Let me do the math on how much you can travel. Because you did make it further
the
than
good
last
thing-
time.
Oh god. This
This
just means that, like, Megan, you'd be a great cleric. That's some good channel divinity,
yeah. Some
divine
good
intervention
divine
numbers.
intervention luck.
It's
Yeah.
it's sweet that you think that's how the rolls would go when I'm a cleric. They've never gone that way when I'm a cleric. I've played 3 of them.
He played 3 of them.
Have you gotten a successful divine intervention ever?
No,
Oh,
Oh.
that's why I went warlock. I was like,
well, it's okay.
"What
When we
fuck
all die
this?"
next session, you can become a cleric and
Yeah, there
give
you
it another
go.
go. Silver lining.
You're hitting my
Exactly.
heartstrings.
Silver lining. Oh my god. Alright, so that's every hour. You're traveling for 12. You're doing that for 7 days. Alright, and that's. I believe I was correct.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys can travel up to 36 miles per day using the ship speed.
Nice.
So, I'm gonna make a note of that real quick.
I meant to ask something.
Uh-huh.
When I burnt the shit out of Duradon earlier,
Mm-hmm.
did he bleed at all?
I mean, if he wasn't, I think he was already bleeding from the nosebleed you gave him with multiple Eldritch blasts to the face.
Regular blood?
I don't
That's
like
a
this
great
question.
It's a great
Well, to be fair, if you would have seen any blood, it was immediately used
Make
to
a scythe.
crystallize on the blade. Yeah,
Yeah.
to make a scythe. So you
I mean,
you
but
haven't seen any steel blood.
for the matter at hand, though, it is red.
Hmm.
It is a
Yeah,
red
it is,
scythe.
it is
So.
technically. Yeah.
All right. Licks her pen and writes some notes.
all of that encounter just to find out what colored blood you had. Jesus
bleed.
Christ.
Fuck.
Was this
I truly, if you had given me like $1 million on the line to guess what was gonna happen tonight, could never have guessed the line, "Are you a conversationist?" to be immediately followed up 30 seconds later with Kipley dead on the ground. And Duradon missing like 30, like what was it, 38 points of fucking HP.
Uh,
I like how
luckily,
none of us talked about it too.
No,
Yeah.
well, the rest of you guys don't know where they were. Only them two know, so it's fucking up in the air. What the fuck happened to those idiots?
In total, I lost 64 hit points.
Well, halved, right? Oh no, because you weren't raging for some of them. Yeah, no.
Yeah, for some of it, I just wasn't raging. And that still didn't get me in the bottom fourth of my health. That was
Goddamn.
fun. It was close. To get me in the bottom
Jesus
fourth.
Christ. Oh. It was like when a mom looks away from like two really like one older sibling, one younger sibling. They both are really tense. And the second she looks away, it's just on sight. And the mom turns back around. It's like, Jesus Christ, Billy. And has to go pull them away. It was like that, but like, oh God. You're doing this in a public space.
It wasn't public. It was the
Oh.
guild hall.
Which is a public space.
No, it's not.
It's like
a bunch of
it,
people that have powers and
well,
shit.
you also have to think it's like a city hall in a way where like normal people go in to deliver all the information, to pick up items, even for family members, stuff like that. Like it's not just vassals that are in there. Also, the people that work there aren't awakened. They're just normal people, at least for the most part. So like,
Oh, is
if
it
you're
like the Navy Credit Union where fucking it's
well,
for specific people, but normal people work there too?
yeah, kind of like there's awakened people around you, but they're not all awakened. Like all the guards aren't awakened. Not all of them are awakened. Fucking, you think Kurt is awakened? No, he's just a dude. Or Carl, his name's Carl. Yeah, Carl's not fucking awakened. He's just a guy. Like a lot of people aren't awakened. The awakened percentage per populace is like 20% awakened, 80% not awakened. So even in a guild hall meant for vassals, not all of them are going to be awakened. So by Rowan stepping in front of you, that little line of description that said that if I didn't say that before, you could have hit a guy and randomly killed him. And I, in the
So
moment,
shut
didn't even think about that. I was just thinking he's gonna try and break up this fucking fight. But a natural one in a crowded place of people, yeah, you could have iced Joe or Bob or
Joe.
yeah, Billy Bob Joe would have been dead.
Fuck, I like that guy.
Shout out to Kipley having the most like
Oh.
on-site like fucking it was
so
zero
great.
words
It was so
spoken.
amazing.
It was just like, describing different places we could legally battle, and she was like,
And
fuck
then
it,
just
here, let's do it now.
shot you mid-sentence. Mid-sentence, shot a barbarian while in the face of him. It's just so...
That's ballsy, though, honestly.
Yeah, the amount of fucking balls on this tiny little bat is insane. Literally
You can call
Batman.
it balls, or you can call it sanity.
Huh?
I mean, yeah, insanity is also... Yeah, that'll also do it for you. Oh,
There's a
jeez.
reason our sponsor put us together. Put us to fucking
Yeah,
Jeez.
probably not wise.
Oh.
She was like, yeah, so I need somebody that's gonna be able to handle or at least survive. It's surviving Kipley. I don't think there's handling Kipley, because Kipley is just like Kipley's Kipley, and I adore Kipley so much. It's surviving.
Everybody
love
needs
it.
a wild card in the group.
We have
Oh,
multiple.
no.
We have multiple
That's
already.
true.
Fucking Mustang flips a
Charlie.
coin every time he makes a decision. Reese and herself. That's just, no, not just Reese. Fucking Caitlyn, the player, is just chaotic.
Yeah.
Fucking Megan is chaotic. Like Jared too, also chaotic. Everyone here is chaotic. Let's not lie.
I've never done a chaos in my life.
Okay, all right. Let's. Do you want me to pull? I'll fucking audit Grim, and I'll pull up every
Audit?
single. I'll pull up every single chaotic thing you've done in all of our campaigns. Maybe not this time around, but everywhere else you are.
My chaos is limited to certain spheres of existence.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
luckily we haven't experienced any chaos here. You know,
Well,
I'm
Duradon
not
probably
chaotic.
gonna be chaotic
Oh
in
yeah,
some
I
aspect.
just like violence and murder, so it's that's just yay.
Oh god. Well,
Did he
we're gonna
just
have
jump out of the van?
Yeah, dude.
Charlie Day.
I fucking. God, that's
wildcard
fucking funny.
bitches.
I love that show.
Wild
Yeah.
card.
That shows.
God, great show.
Yeah.
Is
Well.
that the gasoline one?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that okay? That's what I thought.
Yeah, 'cause the barrels are in the back there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dom, for once again
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Of course.
planning all
Thank
this
you, thank
beautiful
you.
stuff and allowing us to completely derail it.
Mhm.
Nah. That's what I'm here for.
Uh,
Absolutely. Every single second, cherished it. Can't wait for more. Pray that we live.
Slap.
it'd probably be good when
Cool.
Reese and Mustang come back.
I can't wait for them to pull this up.
It's weird
Like,
to
this is
say
gonna be so great.
they'll come back and make order, but
I don't think. Yeah, I think we're past the point of making order. I think we're far past that. If I'm honest, I honestly think that. Well, actually, maybe not. Mammoth or fucking Mustang's probably good in this scenario because charisma. I think Reese not being here for the addition of a Mimic Island is probably good because she'd probably be just drooling trying to cut off a piece of one of the legs and then immediately dying in retaliation to stabbing an island.
That
So,
island's
you know,
made out of
maybe we'll-
spare parts.
I literally,
Yeah,
it's
true,
a walking
true.
flesh island. So, yeah.
A heck of a new minion.
Damn.
Yeah, just fuck that. Goes from like a really shitty free-armed, like decrepit dying minion to an island. Oh
Upgrades,
god.
people. Upgrades.
Balance. Level 5, baby.
Fucking Robots was an elite fucking movie. I loved
Oh
it
god,
so
it's so
much.
good.
Such a good movie.
It's
So fucked up in so many ways, though, for a kid's
Yeah.
movie. So many sexual references that I never caught until I watched it again. Was like, Jesus. Oh.
that you realize that Mama had the hella junk
Well,
in the
okay,
trunk
they
and it
always
was
do that, right? But like when they go like the cans on that girl, huh?